Hey Leos, this is Hale for HES Ultimage, and this is your Spirit Tea Leaf forecast for the month of June. Hey guys, yeah, updating that terminology. I think it's pretty obvious now that I'm communicating with Spirit, so okay, except I'm a medium, alright. But that said, so I'm not going to call it divination forecast anymore. So that way I won't have to keep explaining that I'm, communicating with spirit, during those certain times that I need certain prompts, whatever. So there you have that. Other thing is, fire signs are lucky this month because they are getting the tea leaf readings this month. I am reintroducing these back into the kind of rotation, if you will. I took like a month or so off from doing tea leaf readings because the prep time takes longer. But here we go, you're getting one, and I'm just gonna break it up by the element each month now, so it'll just be, okay, fire will get it this month, water will get it this month, Alright, here we go. So, as per tradition, I like to show you the cup. So here we go. Even though you won't be able to make out probably any of the symbols, I like to show it. And here we go, kind of, sort of. Sorry, we rearranged the living room too, so I'm trying to, recalibrate myself to the new ambiance with the light right behind me. Okay, there we go. Alrighty, and yeah, that's more to show you that I actually did do the teacup instead of just like making stuff up. But here we go, and now I'm going to go down the list because I break them down before I do the video because then it would take way too long. And here we go. Alright, Leos, so it looks like it's going to be a pretty interesting month in June. It looks like relationships, friendships, etc., family communications with other people is going to be really paramount, and it looks like you're going to be at the center of it trying to keep things, I think, it's almost like you're trying to keep things in order or keep things running smoothly, because here's the center of the cup. The center of the cup is a conductor, like the conductor of an orchestra, surrounded by a symphony. You are the conductor in this case, yep. You are the conductor in this case. He's very specifically holding the baton, that helps, keep the tempo, basically. And it has a lot of command to it. So that shows me that you could also be very instrumental in keeping people focused this month who are around your periphery, because I can tell that other people might be really scattered, in which case you might need to be the one to keep them focused or to keep them on task, okay? Second one for the center of the cup, and the center always kind of like encompasses the key energies. Stealth Ninja Strike. Yes, I am probably the only medium who will ever tell you that as a teacup symbol, and that's one of the other fun things about my teacup readings. I don't just go by traditional symbolism. Whatever I see in the cup is that, and actually they can help confirm it for me anyhow. But my gut instincts are really good on these, have to say. But Stealth Ninja Strike, literally, and here I go again with my little miming the symbols. It is like a ninja rising from like the shadows, and then with their dagger facing downward. So it's like ready to jump on things. For you to have Stealth Ninja Strike in your corner shows me that your ability to make sudden choices and decisions very acutely and very precisely are really high. So that with the conductor together is showing me a lot of power in your court in June for you to, okay, make good decisions very suddenly and very spontaneously, help keep people in line, basically, or in the right kind of, again, tempo, right kind of step. Because, again, it seems like people are going to be kind of scattered, in which case you need to be the one to keep people together and keep them on target, on task, on the right path, etc. Alright, give me 1 second, because I'm going to see what else I want to bring in here. Okay. Okay. Here's another interesting one for you. This is a combination of Mercury, the horseshoe, and the diamond, okay? Horseshoe represents luck, diamond represents money, Mercury represents communications. We've got one more for Mercury, too. But in this, there was a very, very specific image. Within Mercury, there were people praying upwards, and then another set of people praying, and then upwards towards like what would be a deity figure. It wasn't a specific one. Don't have to get specific. I know everybody has different belief systems. That's okay. But the idea was then that, you know, and I do not say this every month, and I do not say this all the time, but here it goes. That would suggest that if you want more luck, more money in June, pray for it, okay? Yep, there we go. Because, again, I do not say that all the time. I don't think that, you know, that God or our spirit guides are there just for us to go, gimme, 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 okay? Like, but when it's a specific part of a message for that particular month, then I bring it out and I push it, okay? So for this month, for June, you know, sending out a prayer to, you know, source, God, creator, universe, whatever, and your spirit guides could help guide you when it comes to, you know, getting into more situations where you can receive, you know, opportunities, or to receive money, or opportunities to receive money. Okay, so in that particular area, and the whole point is the communication is a prayer. So that's pretty imperative. Like the communication has to go through a prayer in order to open some more opportunities there in June. Okay, Leos? All right, give me a second because we've got obviously quite a lot more. Here we go. Give me a second. Okay, so the other sign in Mercury was the head of a bird looking towards Mars. To me, birds always have to do with, like, depending on their look, it could be communication or transition. This one's communications. Because he's looking towards Mars. Give me a second because I need to find the Mars images here. You know what? Give me 1 second. Oh, yeah, Mars was really, really complex, actually. There we go. Mars was a big one, guys. Mars has to do with action, with, you know, implementing plans or situations, like taking action upon things and how that unfolds in your own initiative and your own sense of empowerment, making choices or doing things. Okay? Mars, in this case, had many people. There was juggling going on, so it's kind of this idea of juggling many people in many situations. And that's the other thing. There's one person growing from a plant that's like a flower and they're inside of it, throwing the juggling balls out. Here's the thing. Here's what that means altogether. I love these complex symbols that we get in a cup. They're really fun and they create a very specific situation here to describe. Basically, it's the idea that, okay, somebody in your periphery will probably be creating a situation where people need to kind of rally around them, because it's not that they're, I don't want to say that they're causing, it doesn't have to be a problem, but maybe it's a distraction, or maybe they just really need help, and therefore people need to rally together and keep whatever it is that they're sending out afloat. So it's like, it could be that somebody in your life just really needs help, and you and the other people around them need to kind of scatter and juggle all the things that are coming out of this person to keep everything together this month. Because the person who's throwing the juggling balls out, they're not doing it, I don't think, to be a distraction. There's another figure here that does want to be a distraction, okay, so I'll give you that one. This person is just creating the situation. And again, and you know, technically this person could be producing other energy, but it really does seem like, because of the fact that people need to juggle the balls, it really does seem like the idea that they're creating a situation that really needs help or needs support, okay? All right, give me 1 second. Okay, cool. We're going to focus on that other one that I was talking about. The one thing that I was saying could be presenting a distraction this month. We've got in between Saturn and the Sun. Saturn represents challenges. Sun represents the self, okay? Between Saturn and the Sun, we have this like playful seahorse, and he's shooting out these bubbles towards this other symbol in Saturn that represents you being a kickboxer, doing this training pad work. Literally, this is the image. Sometimes kickboxer, I mean, I did Muay Thai kickboxing for a year. Well, it was like half a year, sorry, when I was studying abroad in London. Literally, you have a pad like this, and the person kicks at it and punches at it. That was the image in Saturn, which symbolizes to me conditioning and training, okay? So any challenges that Leos are receiving in June, it's meant to make you stronger, meant to strengthen your will, strengthen your overall strength itself and your power, okay? So any challenges that you're encountering in June are meant to make you a lot stronger. I think one of those challenges might be that person who's throwing out the juggling balls, that's causing both you and other people to need to kind of, for lack of a better word, scramble to keep the pieces together, okay? Okay, give me 1 second, because I want to make sure I get this right. Okay, sending out those things in order to help you, okay, give me a second, help you, keep everything together, yeah. Help you keep everything together while all of these things are going on. Because it seems like high activity, okay? And again, within that high activity that's occurring in all of these action sectors related to your social, your whole social area, because again, there are tons of people in this area. So it could be friends, it could be family, it could be relationships or extensions thereof. Okay, that you need to kind of work towards aiding the situation to keep everything flowing smoothly. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so going back to the idea of Saturn and the conditioning, I believe that's a part of the conditioning process. But again, any other challenges that you're encountering in June are again meant to be making you stronger, more willful, more well-prepared and well-equipped for future challenges as well. Okay, and that can span throughout any part of your lifetime, but, you know, the training happens now. All right, and that's the thing. The playful seahorse blowing out those bubbles was aiming them towards the conditioning, the kickboxing team with the pads. So that suggests to me that somebody might be trying to distract you, and maybe not in a, you know, in a hurtful way. Like, they're not trying to be a distraction. They're just, they want to have fun, or they want to have fun with you, or they want to, you know, sway you away from all of this challenge and training in order to maybe break you free from it. But you really do have to focus on that training this month. It's important. So like the seahorse, I think they mean well, but you really do have to keep your focus on your training, okay? Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. Let me see what else. Oh, it's funny because in Venus we have a training image too. In Venus, we literally have a person doing crunches, you know, like abdominal work crunches, like that. Yeah, I didn't have to do that. I just felt like it. Sitting down on a chair doing that doesn't look quite as accurate. But that being in Venus suggests the idea that your relationships and, you know, this can be love or friendships or family relationships, are going to need, again, training, going to need endurance. Because crunch in particular is like endurance work. So I really do think that your relationships in the month of June are going to be going through some training. That's the only way I can word it, training, because it's not even necessarily about conflict. It's about, you know, you're going to be challenged with certain things. And again, remember with the juggling, it might be a variety of things or a variety of things from one person, in which case, you know, communication, your social circles are going to be so important in June. Okay, give me a second because we're going to go through some more of what we've got left here. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay, and in Jupiter, there's the swimmer, person swimming up towards the heart sector. And it's interesting because I really do think this has to do with just you being able to connect more on a heart level with other people, because Jupiter's blessings and gifts, you being the swimmer towards the heart, I think, has to do with, you know, your concept of the heart and connecting emotionally getting stronger. Yeah, and actually, that's probably a part of the key lesson of this month, actually. And it's interesting because when I was thinking about it, I knew that for fire signs, sometimes can be a little more challenging to get into that mind space because, of course, water signs are so into, that emotional area. Me being a Pisces sun, I can say that. But for fire signs, sometimes it can be a little bit more, pulled back from being quite so emotional. So in this case, the month of June is teaching you a little bit more about how to connect that much more seamlessly and more naturally on an emotional level because of these challenges, or juggling thing going on this month. Okay, I really do feel like you're going to be a force to help pull people together, and again, keep everything focused. Give me a second because we got some more here. Oh, and there's more connected to this, which is so funny. I never put them together. In the area of the moon, which represents emotions, what do we have? We have an airplane going towards the moon and into the moon. So again, that represents you moving into this emotional territory. And don't worry, I know some of you are like, damn it, we have to get in touch with our feelings in June, really? Yeah. Don't worry though, I mean, this is really a big lesson in June. I think it will be a lesson or a series of lessons that will be helpful later. But June's gonna be an emotional month. But I feel like it's more warm and fuzzy for probably many of you, but yeah. But give me 1 second because there's one more. There are just a few more here, and then we're good. But for me, it's coming through as a positive. Don't be afraid to get into the emotional territory. It's going to be a very healing experience for other people if you do. Okay, here we go. Oh, yep. Here we go. Here's another one that I kind of overlooked in my list here. Venus connecting to Saturn is a vine connecting the two. So between those, it's a vine connecting the two. And again, we already kind of discussed this, but, part of the challenge this month is going to be within your social circles and your relations and relationships, in which case, connecting Venus to Saturn, it's connecting, and again, because we were already talking about this, your emotions, your feelings, getting connected into that, I think is going to make things a lot easier. Yeah. You need to try, okay? Because they focus on the word trying. So you really do need to put yourself out there and try and be there for people. Because again, you're the conductor, so it's you have the power to be able to help put things into perspective for other people. If you're the one who can help command that presence and command that structure. Okay, between Jupiter and Venus, I believe this will be the last one. We have, okay, because I forgot about this one. Jupiter again. Remember, representing your gifts and everything. Venus representing your relationships, connections, etc. Again, between these two, there was this okay, and these are again where the symbols get very interesting. There was a peacock man listening and trying to hear something, okay? Oh wow, okay, and this is really important now because he's looking towards the swimmer. Remember, the swimmer was moving towards the heart. I didn't think so, but now I think this actually does represent you. And it represents that idea of the reluctance, because above the head of the peacock man trying to listen, was this frowny face. And to me, that represents your reluctance to want to get emotionally involved. But again, it really is essential to the success of this month for you helping the people in your life and helping the people in your social circle keep everything together and make a good situation out of, everything that kind of seems a little bit chaotic or frenzied. And the funny thing is, the peacock man would represent a pridefulness. And it's you need to listen to your heart, basically, is the idea, and move more towards your heart in June, okay? Yep, there we go. But yeah, so that's the big picture, people. That, that you can facilitate greater things through, the frenzy or the chaos that's happening in your social circle. Again, whether that's family, friends, or in relationships and extensions of your relationships. If you connect more with your feelings and share them with other people and help create a greater structure through that. Okay, guys? All right. That said, I do personal readings. If you want one, hit the link below. Hope you do. And I totally forgot to mention I do live Skype readings now for some of them. You'll get to see it on the website. And I will see you guys later.